The story begins with a glowing red car that comes to a stop right in front of the main gate of a very large bank. With his hands firmly on the steering wheel, we see this film's main character, Baby, who is about to execute a major mission today. But he is not alone in this daring job. On the back seat of the car, 3 more dangerous people are sitting. One of them is named Batty, and right next to him sits his wife Monica. The 4th member of the team is Griff, who is quite short-tempered by nature. According to the plan, the 3 partners put on masks over their faces and storm into the bank with weapons. Baby, sitting outside in the car, anxiously waits for their return. Inside the bank, the 3 of them take innocent people hostage, and within a few minutes they empty the vault and escape back into the car. But as soon as they try to flee, police cars suddenly block their path from the front. However, Baby shows his intelligence. Instead of driving forward, he quickly reverses the car at lightning speed and escapes through a narrow alley. Baby already knew that. The police had set up a blockade ahead. Now the real thrill of high-speed action on the road begins. Several police cars start chasing them, with sirens blaring. But Baby shows his incredible skill, maneuvering the car through narrow paths in such a way that the police officers are left stunned. When they reach the highway, a police helicopter in the sky also starts tracking them. Now the net becomes even tighter. Then Baby executes a master plan. He brings his car between 2 other identical red cars. The police get confused, and taking advantage of this diversion, Baby safely parks the car in a hidden parking area. There, the 4 of them change vehicles and go straight to their boss's hideout. In reality, the boss is the mastermind behind the entire conspiracy, who plans robberies of wealthy city banks and hires skilled people to carry out the heists. Today, the boss has a big smile on his face because his team has succeeded, and because of Baby's unmatched driving skills, the police got nothing. After the success, the boss distributes each person's share of the cash. When Baby is given his share, Griff becomes furious. In anger, he questions the boss why this silent driver is getting an equal share when they took all the risks. In response, the boss calms him down, saying that if all of them are safe today, it is only because of this boy. If he hadn't pulled them out at the right time, they would all be behind prison bars right now. Griff could not go against the boss's words, so he vents his anger on Baby instead. He mocks him, saying this guy is very strange. He doesn't speak and just keeps listening to music all day. To tease him, he even snatches Baby's glasses. Baby feels a lot of anger inside, but he wants to avoid any kind of fight. Calmly, he takes out another pair of glasses from his pocket and puts them on. When everyone is about to leave, we discover a shocking truth. Baby's boss takes back all of his share of the money. In fact, Baby is under a huge debt to his boss, which he repays by giving away his entire share after every job. Finally, the boss assures him that now he only needs to carry out one more big heist, after which he will be completely free. After this, the boss gives him some spending money and leaves. Meanwhile, Baby returns home. Carefully, he goes to his hidden place where he had already stashed a large portion of money, and he safely adds today's earnings there as well. Here we learn an emotional side of Baby's life. Baby is completely alone in the world. When he was very young, his parents passed away in a terrible road accident, leaving him behind. Because of this loneliness, he has found support in a man named Brandon. Brandon is physically disabled and cannot hear. But Baby considers him like a father and takes full care of him with dedication. Baby also has an old tape recorder. He has a strange habit. Wherever he goes, he secretly records people's conversations and later turns those voices into musical tracks. Today, too, he has recorded his boss's voice and is creating a new tune based on it. In his free time, Baby visits a small cafe. The special reason he often goes there is a girl named Deborah, who works there and whom he likes very much. There is an unspoken bond between them. Whenever Baby arrives, a sweet smile appears on Deborah's face. Time keeps passing like this. But one morning, Baby receives a message from his boss telling him to prepare for a new and bigger mission. The next day, when Baby reaches the boss's hideout, he meets a new team. In this team, there is a stubborn man named Bats, along with JD and another partner. At the beginning of the mission itself, Bats and his companions start mocking Baby's clothes and the earphones in his ears. Bats calls him Burger Kid and asks what song he is listening to. But Baby does not respond. Handling the situation, The boss explains to them that Baby has had a hearing problem since childhood, due to which there is a constant ringing noise in his ears. To escape that noise, he always relies on music. After learning this truth, the three of them stop making fun of him. Then the boss begins explaining the entire robbery plan using a large map. During the explanation, Bats notices that instead of paying attention, Baby is tapping his fingers on the table. Bats gets angry and shouts that he will not work with this guy. He says this boy hasn't listened to a single word of the plan, and his carelessness could land them in prison. But the boss fully trusts Baby's abilities. He knows that even while listening to music, Baby carefully hears every small detail. To prove Baby's awareness, the boss asks him to repeat the entire plan. As soon as Baby begins speaking, he accurately repeats every single detail exactly as the boss had explained. Seeing this, Bats and his companions are completely stunned. Without wasting any time, the four of them head toward a new bank, and within a short while Baby drops them at the place where today's biggest robbery was supposed to be carried out. Bats enters the bank with his two companions. They cleverly rob the bank and come back out. But in the meantime, Bats shows his brutality by killing an innocent security guard. Seeing this, Baby feels deeply disturbed. He now fully understands that Bats is an extremely vile and cruel person who can take anyone's life for his own benefit. As soon as they prepare to escape from there, an unknown man learns about their robbery and starts firing at them. Baby immediately increases the speed of his car. But that stranger does not stop chasing them. Bats is about to aim his gun at that man when Baby, showing intelligence, drives the car off the road and takes another route. Baby did this to save that unknown man's life because he did not want to see another murder at the hands of Bats. Soon, the police blockade also comes closer to them. Baby tries to escape with his exceptional driving skills, but then they get stuck in a heavy traffic jam. Without wasting any time, they abandon their car and steal another car from a woman ahead and escape from there. For safety, they split into pairs and travel in separate vehicles, and finally reach their boss's hidden hideout. There, Baby arranges coffee for everyone. For people were involved in this mission, so Baby brings 4 cups. But when he arrives, he notices that their Chinese companion is nowhere to be seen. When Baby asks about him, Bats coldly replies that he dropped his gun on the way, which could have put all of their lives in danger. So I killed him. Hearing this, Baby's anger reaches the 7th sky. But since this was his last mission, he keeps himself calm. The boss distributes the money equally among everyone. As always, the boss keeps Baby's entire share with himself and, in happiness that the debt is finally over, gives him just a bundle of cash. The boss says, "From today you are free, but before leaving, do one last job for me." He opens the trunk of the car, inside which the dead body of that Chinese companion is kept. Obeying the boss's order, Baby takes that car to a scrapyard and completely destroys it so that no trace of that person remains. Now Baby was completely free. He directly goes to Deborah and asks her to go out with him, which Deborah happily agrees to. Gradually, their love becomes deeper. One day, when Deborah asks about his work, Baby tells her that he has left his old driving job and is now looking for a new job. Soon, Baby starts working as a delivery boy. Baby is very happy with this new and simple life. He works all day and spends his evenings with Deborah. But one evening, when he is sitting in a restaurant with Deborah, his old boss suddenly shows up there. Baby tries to ignore him, but the boss calls him over anyway. At first, he asks about Baby's well-being and then comes to the main point. The boss says, "After you left, my business has slowed down. You were very lucky for me. I want you to join my team again." Baby clearly refuses that he will not return to the world of crime. The boss then tries to tempt him with money and says that he will no longer take any cut from his share. But when he realizes that Baby will not agree in any way, he shows his true colors. The boss threatens him, saying, "I know you love Deborah. If you don't listen to me, I will kill her." Seeing his love in danger, Baby is forced and, with a heavy heart, agrees to go back into that swamp once again. The next day, the boss takes Baby to a post office. According to the plan, Baby had to go inside with the boss's young nephew. In fact, this was the boss's next target. He wanted Baby to go in as an ordinary customer and carefully observe the security, number of guards, and placement of cameras. To avoid suspicion, the young child was sent with Baby. Inside the post office, Baby carefully observes every corner. Meanwhile, the boss's nephew starts talking with the lady manager there. The woman was very simple and kind-hearted. She spoke gently with the child and even gave him a candy. Baby also arrives there, and the woman treats him very nicely as well. After observing everything, Baby comes out with the child and gives the boss detailed information about the place. The next day, when Baby arrives at the hideout, he sees that this time the boss has called back the old companions, Bats, Batty, and Monica. The boss explains that this post office contains a huge amount of money that must be obtained at any cost. But the security there is very tight, and the owner has hired special guards to protect the money. For this difficult job, they need strong weapons. So the boss sends them to a hidden weapons dealer. On the way, Bat stops at a supermarket to buy something. There he shows his cruelty again and kills the shopkeeper for no reason. Seeing this, Baby feels both ashamed and angry. He does not like Bat's violent nature at all. After some time, they reach the weapons dealer. Just as the dealer is showing them the weapons, Bat suddenly shoots him. In the blink of an eye, a massive gunfight breaks out between both groups. Finally, Batty and Monica, along with Bats, kill everyone present there. Batty and Monica angrily ask Bats why he committed the massacre. Bats replies that an undercover police officer was with the dealer, and if he hadn't killed them, they would all have been caught. On the way back, Bats notices the same cafe where Deborah used to work. He orders Baby to stop the car. Baby gets scared that Bats might harm Deborah, so he refuses, but Bats forces him. All four of them go inside, and Deborah comes to take their order. Baby's heartbeat was racing. He does not look at Deborah even once so that no one suspects their relationship. Deborah also understands Baby's condition and behaves normally. After the meal, when Deborah brings the bill, Bats becomes aggressive and starts pulling out his gun to scare her. Baby immediately holds Bat's hand and pays the bill himself. When Deborah picks up the bill, she finds a hidden message from Baby on it which read, "I will come at 2 a.m. Wait for me." When they return to the boss gets furious. He says, "Why did you kill that dealer? He was my own informant. Now the police have become active and they are looking for all of you." Seeing the seriousness of the situation, the boss decides to cancel the robbery plan because he himself did not want to go to jail. But Bats refuses, saying that no matter what happens, he will definitely carry out this heist. Batty and Monica also support him. In the end, the boss asks Baby for his opinion. Baby thinks for a moment and then agrees. The only thought in his mind was that this would be the last robbery, after which he would take Deborah and leave this country forever. The boss warns them one last time that this path is full of danger, but they all stand firm on their decision. As soon as the silence of the night deepens and everyone falls asleep, Baby takes advantage of the moment and quietly tries to leave with the car. He had promised Deborah that he would come to meet her at 2 a.m. But just as he is about to leave, Bats and Batty suddenly appear in front of him. Batty, in a suspicious tone, asks, "Where are you going secretly at this hour?" At that moment, Bats is holding Baby's tape recorder, in which Baby had recorded everyone's voices. Bats is completely convinced that Baby is a police informant and is trying to record their conversations and send them to the officers. Defending himself, Baby says, "I am not a spy. Converting voices into music is just my hobby. I have many recorders at home where I have created music. If you listen to them, you will believe me." But Bats does not trust him at all. He knocks Baby unconscious and takes all his recorders from his house straight to the boss. When the boss plays one of the recorders, he hears his own voice and becomes furious. He believes Baby has betrayed him and immediately orders another driver to be called. When Baby regains consciousness, he seriously explains to the boss, "I have worked loyally with you for years. If I were a spy, you would already be behind bars. You have only heard voices, not the music hidden behind them." At Baby's request, when the boss listens to the same sound mixed with music, he is shocked. Baby had turned those voices into a beautiful melody. Hearing this, the boss's suspicion disappears and he agrees to take Baby back on the mission. The next day, Baby takes the three of them to the post office. The three of them go inside for the robbery while Baby waits outside. Meanwhile, Baby notices the same kind-hearted lady manager who had spoken to him politely at the post office. Baby does not want that good woman to get hurt, so he signals her not to go inside. The woman understands the situation and immediately moves away and informs a police officer. As soon as Batty, Monica, and Bats come out with the money, they see the police officer in front of them. Without thinking, Bats shoots him. They all run and get into the car, ordering Baby to drive at full speed. But today Baby had decided something else. It was time to teach a lesson to someone as cruel and vile as Bats. When Bats yells at him, Baby ignores his commands. In anger, Bats strikes Baby hard on the face with the butt of his gun. After this blow, Baby loses control. Suddenly, he accelerates the car beyond limits and crashes directly into a truck carrying sharp iron rods. The impact is so severe that the rods pierce through Bat's body, killing him instantly. In reality, this was Baby's hidden plan, to eliminate all these criminals during the mission. He knew that as long as these criminals were alive, he could never live a peaceful and happy life with Deborah. Outside the post office, the police blockade suddenly tightens. Seeing the police, Baby, Batty, and Monica try to escape. Batty and Monica open fire indiscriminately on the police and steal a car to flee. But just as they are about to escape, Baby crashes his car into theirs from behind. Baby's intention was clear. He wanted to ensure that they could not escape and would be caught by the law. In the chaos, a police bullet hits Monica and she dies on the spot. After losing his wife, Batty's anger reaches its peak. He shouts at Baby, "Because of you, I lost Monica. Now I will not leave you alive." He starts firing at Baby, but Baby somehow manages to escape. He apologizes to an elderly woman and takes her car, heading straight to his home. There, he collects all the money he had saved and hands it over to Brandon, leaving him outside a safe old-age home. Now he goes to Deborah's cafe to take her with him. But Batty is already waiting there. Batty wants to kill Deborah to take revenge for his wife's death. Baby distracts Batty with his words and, at the right moment, shoots and injures him. After this, Baby and Deborah take a car from two boys and head straight to the boss's hideout. There, Baby demands all those cassettes in which the beautiful moments of his life were recorded. At first, the boss refuses, but seeing Deborah, he understands that Baby now wants to start a new and better life. He gives him all the cassettes and a bag full of money, and warns him that he must leave the country immediately, otherwise the police will catch him. As soon as the three of them get down the elevator, in front of them stand the three companions of the weapons dealer who were killed by Bats, holding guns. They start firing to take revenge. The boss, putting himself in danger, tells Baby and Deborah to escape safely and fights them alone. Meanwhile, Batty also arrives there in a police car and, blinded by hatred, kills his own boss. Now Batty starts chasing Baby. Baby crashes his car so hard into Batty's vehicle that it ends up hanging from the roof of a building. Batty manages to get out before the car falls and grabs Baby, firing a shot near his ear. Batty knows that Baby has a serious hearing problem. From that unbearable noise and pain, Baby becomes helpless and collapses. Just as Batty raises his hand to kill him, Deborah strikes him from behind with a heavy rod. Batty loses his balance and falls off the building, dying after the fall. In this fight, Baby is badly injured and unconscious. Deborah takes him and leaves the place. When Baby regains consciousness in the morning, Deborah sees several police officers standing in front of them. She thinks of escaping, but Baby stops her. He says that now is not the time to run, but to face the consequences of what he has done. Baby surrenders himself to the police. In court, Brandon, Deborah, and the lady manager from the post office testify in Baby's favor. They explain how Baby helped them and saved their lives. Hearing their statements, the judge sentences Baby to 5 years in prison. After 5 years, we see Baby walking out of the prison gates. Deborah is waiting for him in front. They hug each other, and with this beautiful ending, the story comes to an end. So this was our full story for today. If you love this story, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.